I'm the creator of the Weeping Witch and Omneiris, and today I will be drawing an orange witch. So in last video I drew a red witch with all of my alcohol markers, water-based markers, liners, paint markers, and colored pencil in the color red. And today I am doing the same thing but with the color orange. Now the witch coven, I guess, of Omneiris that I associate with the color orange are witches that have like sensorial magic. So basically they can enhance their hearing or eyesight, or they can zoom in or stuff like that. Like each witch has her own type of magic, her own personal magic that is different from anybody else's, but there is like a general type for each coven. So yes, for this drawing I drew a witch, and she kind of has half of her head shaved off to show off the ear, which will have the tattoo that represents her coven. If you want more info, go check the video of the Red Witch, where I explained a bit more about the covens and witches. And then I also took a lot of inspiration from autumn leaves for the outfits, especially, and the shape of the hat, or like the brim of the hat. And I also gave her a drum, because that's like basically vibrations. It doesn't have a lot of notes or anything, it's just like a percussion and a beat. And well, I had some very light and beigey oranges that would look really nice for a drum, so I used that opportunity to do that. As for the animal I wanted to add, I went for an antlered fox. So basically a fox with antlers, that is a species of Omneiris, because foxes are basically orange, although truly they're more brown than orange, but you know, in people's imagination they're orange, and antlers are brown, and brown is just dark orange. So I do have a lot of browns for this illustration. Now, the problem I have basically all the time is that I don't look up references. And it's not because I think I know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't have the energy to like open a new window and look up references of what I'm drawing. So like my fox probably does not look like a fox, but I still haven't gone and looked at one. So for now I feel like it looks like a fox because I haven't seen a real one in a while. But yeah, I should probably do more effort to look up references for stuff. Mostly animals, really. So the real challenge in pieces with only one color is to find contrast. Because I do have darker shades and lighter shades, but I need to like keep them in their own space, so like I can't make everything a big gradient, because then every color is mixed and there's no contrast anymore. And then I have several colors that are like, I have oranges that lean almost toward the pink, I have oranges that are almost red, some that are almost yellow, but those have the same value, so putting them next to each other there's some contrast in color, but not really in value. And that's the case for the hair and the background that I will fill in later. And it's basically the same value, so you can't really see where the hair ends and the background begins. But that's probably all I have to say about this piece. Like, I'm pretty satisfied with it. For the bottom of the background, I used a lot of different light shades to make these shapes, and basically it's abstract sand dunes. Because the colors I had kind of reminded me of sand, and like when you put sand on a drum and stuff like that and you play it, it moves around in really interesting ways. So I also associated the sand with the music and sounds, because like drawing is already visual and I couldn't really draw taste or smell, so I focused on the hearing part of the sensorial magic. So once again, at that point, I think I have already used all of my markers, all of the different colors, so I go back and use some more. Some again, I guess. And for the rose-ass background thingy and geometrical shapes at the top, I actually drew sound waves. But once again, it's just random lines I put there. But it's inspired by sound waves, because once again, sound, sensorial. I'm trying to really make it meaningful and put symbolism in this piece. And every single one I will draw in November. Honestly, while drawing this, it was kind of terrifying to see the face with the eyes and mouth completely blank for the for most of the drawing process. But like, my alcohol markers do not have a fine enough tip for me to add the lashes or details, really small details with them. And I know I have my fine liners I will use later on. And that's when her face stops being so terrifying. But first I'm using my paint markers. Once again, I do have a wide variety. I have some yellower colors, some browns, some orange too, which is good for an orange illustration. But yeah, I sorted all of my colors, but like, I had a lot of art supplies. I have 216 alcohol markers, 60 paint markers, 60 fine liners, and 36 colored pencils. So I had a lot of colors and my art supplies to sort through to put them in all the different colors I will be using. So I didn't really try them out. I was looking at my swatch sheets and then just the caps of the markers to sort them. And well, some of them could have actually gone in a different color. Like, some of these colors are pretty yellow, but at the same time I already have more yellow than I do oranges, so I made a choice, and it did bring me more variety for this piece, so I'm not complaining about it. Ooh, I finally added some lashes. She's not so terrifying anymore. Hooray. By the way, I think this is basically the only hand, the one behind the drum, that I will not be drawing for these witches, for the 8 witches I will draw in November. That's a lot of hands that I do have to draw. I don't like drawing hands. They stress me out. But then for some reason when I just go for it and draw them, they're not so bad. I don't know why I'm so terrified of them. But yeah, I'm just adding some details with my liners. I start with the light ones first, so I can darken lines up, and later if I need to. But if I started with the dark ones, then I would have literally nowhere to put the lighter colors, because they are not opaque enough to show through the darker parts of the alcohol markers. And I can finally move on to the color pencils, which once again don't add a lot of color to the piece. It's already, well, colored enough, but they add a lot of texture, which I really like, and it just ties everything together and softens some edges off. I actually had more color pencils in orange than I thought. I don't have all that many markers, so I didn't think I would have that many color pencils, but I did have a few, so that was neat. And I can finally remove the tape. Once again, the alcohol markers bled through, but there's still a white border, so that's fine. And here is a close-up of my orange witch with sensorial magic and swirly tattoos on her ear. Forgot to mention when I added those. And here is everything I've used for this piece. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for part 3.